committed to being a GPGM missionary in Ukraine, and I'd never even set a foot on the ground. I was trusting my wife, who was here 5 years ago. This is Cooking with Jesus. We prepare a meal. You can see all the activity. And then we go into the other room and we do a Bible study while the meal finishes. And then we eat a big feast together. Razom v'kastruli.
David and Shannon Goran's kitchen is overflowing with university students. It's a common occurrence. And it's
messy. It's very messy.
But at least once a week, their apartment in Lviv is a refuge for young adults who crave a delicious meal and a new flavor of faith.
Working with a generation that's never been under Soviet power, that is totally fresh and new, has seen their opportunities just increase and increase. We couldn't be more timely and more important here, making faith one of the most fundamental things for these students.
The nucleus of the ministry is the Student Center. It's just blocks from a major university, in the middle of a city of about 1 million.
The organization that we work with as a whole is called Malodo Asusa, which is Youth to Jesus.
They call themselves pilgrims.
They came up with the name Pilgrims because it's like them setting out on a new adventure and a new path in this culture.
Despite its Soviet past, this culture of Western Ukraine never entirely abandoned traditional Christianity. Most here consider themselves Greek Catholic or Orthodox.
When you attend a church service here, you can be very passive. You don't really have to take tremendous personal participation. And we have taken almost a completely different approach at the Student Center. We really offer something that is so critical to growth, and having someone there to ask you how you're doing, ask you what you've been reading in the Bible, how God's been speaking to you.
For me, it was just a revolutionary thing in my life. I'm sure it was like that for many other students. So now we're sort of like starting a new spiritual revival here in the country, I think. We're doing something completely different than anybody else.
The Gorans are nurturing a ministry that combines active faith with leadership development. Here, outreach is student-developed and student-led, like this ministry with orphans.
I think that is a place actually where I meet God.
While customary offerings like English lessons are a big draw to get people involved,
How are you?
the final success will be measured by the autonomy of the ministry.
David and I are trying to set them up with a lasting structure that can't exist without Americans.
I liken it to what John Wesley did. We're trying to make faith a real living thing, at the same time not forcing them to give up their cultural and religious identities.
We want to see it run by Ukrainian leadership, Ukrainian students, and we want to see them taking care of each other.
The students echo that desire.
I hope it will grow and we can take it to all Ukraine.
With a pledge of just $5 from each member of your church, you can support United Methodist missionaries through a covenant relationship. By doing so, you love, empower, heal, and serve in Christ's name. Support United Methodist missionaries. Give through the advance.